Welcome to Opinionizer. Former conservative senator and evil racist Lynne Beyak dared to come out last week and say that perhaps some of the motivations guiding those in the residential schools weren't completely evil. She was immediately thrown out of her party, and demands for her to resign have come in from the virtue signaling crowd. Well, is Ms. Beyak wrong? No, absolutely not. And if you listen to the newspapers and talk radio, you will hear that she said things that are basically racist and implying that the Indians were this or the natives were that. And when you get down to the heart of the matter, I don't want to know what she basically said. I don't want to know what she implied. I want to know what she did say. And I managed to track this down. So here is what Ms. Beyak said. I was disappointed in the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's report that it didn't focus on the good. Mistakes were made at residential schools, in many instances horrible mistakes that overshadowed some good things that also happened at those schools. I speak partly for the record, but mostly in memory of the kindly and well-intentioned men and women and their descendants, perhaps some of us here in this chamber, whose remarkable works, good deeds, and historical tales in the residential schools go unacknowledged for the most part. In response to being attacked for this, she also added some supposedly racist comments supporting her view from Canadian citizens. Now, I've been unable to find these comments, so I'll have to take the media's word for it that they were evil, racist comments, when perhaps maybe they were just a valid criticism or a differentiating opinion from the virtue signaling condemnation that's been going on surrounding the residential schools. Let's face it, some bad things happen in these residential schools. There's no denying that. But at the same time, they weren't done in malicious fashion. These people believed they were helping those people. So now in Canada, the virtue signaling crowd, all you have to do is have a dissenting opinion and you will be removed from your party and immediately shut down. What has happened to this nation? We used to value freedom of speech. We used to value opposing opinions. Now, if you dare say anything that the politically correct junket doesn't like, you will be shut down immediately. You are more than free to come out in this nation and say that, for example, Catholic priests are all child rapists. But if you were to come out and say that Native Canadians have a tremendous problem with alcoholism, you would be considered a racist bigot, probably fired and removed from your position. But while the first one is a gross exaggeration, the second one has tremendous truth behind it. So now, will you be shut down for WRONGTHINK, for daring to speak the truth? Andrew Scheer, the cowardly, wimpy little leader of the Conservative Party, immediately kowtowed to the virtue signaling crowd, showing that he has neither the stones nor the fortitude to run this country properly. So immediately, when she didn't toe the politically correct line about what should be said about the evil residential schools, he immediately threw her out of the party without even giving her a chance to explain. And when he released his statement publicly, he said they offered her a chance to take the comments down off her website, and she came out today and said she was never offered the chance to take them down. She found out she was thrown out of the party through the media. Now you listen to the media and they will tell you what she basically said. They will tell you that the comments were basically racist. Well, I don't want to know what they basically said. I want to know what they did say. And that's being unable to track down on the internet. So, obviously, we do not have freedom of speech in Canada. You are more than welcome to criticize white people. You are more than welcome to criticize Europeans. You are more than welcome to criticize Christians. But the very second, you dare criticize anything that maybe Native people are doing, black people, Jewish people, anybody like that, you are immediately shunned, fired, and kicked out and shut down for daring to commit the crime of politically incorrect wrong think.